Unfortunately, last time I went painting, I did not close my brush cleaner completely, so it leaked and soaked my backpack. I got it sitting in the sun. So I'm gonna check and make sure it's dry, and then I'm gonna pack up and hit the road. Well, it seems pretty good. I had this happen one other time with turpentine. That was not good. But yeah, it seems like we're good. I'm gonna pack it up. Okay, so I figured this could be a good time to show you guys what I carry around in my backpack. Okay, so in this front pocket here, I've got a bottle full of spare mineral spirits. And then I've got my bottle of Liquin, which is a fast drying medium by Winsor & Newton. Then I have my brush cleaner. This is my medium cup. And then I use this bag to hold paper towels out in the field. Okay, so in this pocket here, I've got my viewfinders, which I use for compositional purposes. And I have, you know, various different aspect ratios. I also carry one of these, which is a view catcher. That's also for composing. You can find that on them online, you know, like Blick or Jerry's or whatever. I use an old piece of PVC to protect my brushes. So this goes in here like this, and then the brushes go right into the tube, and that protects the ends of them. Then I've got my brush holder, which is just simply a canvas bag. Put my palette knife and a small, just like a small liner brush or a rigger. Put that in there. And then there's a binder clip, which I just clip on. I use that to clip the bag to my palette. Load that up. Side pocket, I've got extra paint, and then I'll put my gloves in there too. I carry extra gloves in this pocket down here, and I got a screwdriver in there as well. So that's about it for my bag. So there are a lot of clouds over by the bay, so I've decided to head to the coast. It looks like, I just came over the hill and it looks like it's blue skies out by the ocean, so that's cool. I don't really know where I'm going to go today or what I'm going to paint. You know, there's a lot of nice clouds. Usually after a storm, we'll get some beautiful clouds. And then, you know, once spring and summer hits, it's just like blue skies every day. So it's kind of nice to take advantage of the clouds while they're here, maybe do cloud painting. But I'm really not sure, so I'm just going to drive around and see what I find. So I decided to go into Pescadero, but it looks like the road is closed because it's flooded. Maybe I'll wait and see if somebody else will go through first. Okay, it looks like there's a Prius ahead of me. If they can make it, I can make it. So let's see what happens. Alright, so here goes the Prius. Looks like they're doing alright. Oh yeah, I can definitely feel, I can feel the water like pushing on the car. Okay, I made it. So I'm just gonna stop, have a coffee and a banana, and then I'm gonna hit the road and head over to Bean Hollow. This coffee shop has its own little movie theater. How cool is that? So they turned the volume down, but it's still kind of cool to hang out in there. Anyway, I got my Americano, and now back through the flood. One more time. Yeah, it's pretty deep. I'm just gonna take my time through here. Okay, no problem. I just pulled over because there's a great view of the little town of Pescadero from up on this hill. So it could be a potential painting in the future. So yeah, there's the view of Pescadero. Yeah, if the light were different, this could make a good painting with those hills in the background. Wow, the weather's so nice. It's like really warm, not a lot of wind. Do you hear that sound? kind of a cool little spot. So I'll keep going and let the frogs go back to croaking. So I'm at Bean Hollow State Beach, and it's north of Santa Cruz. And I'm looking around. It's a really nice beach. I haven't actually been here before, but I think I found a composition, and I'm going to go with an 11 by 22 panorama panel. Seems like I'm kind of digging the panoramas for these seascapes. So I'm going to give that a try. Tide's coming in, so have to work sort of fast. But I'm going to set up and get started. Okay, so as usual, I just did a quick sketch in burnt sienna, and sort of attracted to the shadows on these rocks here, and so I'm going to start laying in some color. Okay, so I just roughed in some approximate colors, and I'm going to take a step back, and then it looks like some surfers have come out as the tides come in. There's some good waves, so I'm going to go look at them, get my eyes off the canvas or the panel for a minute, and then I'll come back and I'll see what needs to happen. You know, usually walk back like 20 feet and just kind of take a good look and see if there's any compositional changes I need to make. But I'm going to go have a look at these surfers real quick. Looks like they were taking a beating over there. Anyway, so I am going to reinforce the darks here, and then maybe sort of shorten the rocks on the left, kind of take this down a bit. I don't know, it feels a little heavy on the left. So anyway, I'm gonna start making some changes and kind of refining this thing and see what happens. Okay, so I've just been messing around with those rocks on the left, and I'm trying to like mix some warm and cool in there. There's a lot of blue I'm seeing in them, so I'm just sort of experimenting and kind of taking my time with it, having fun. Now I'm going to do the rocks to the right, and I'm going to try to create some atmosphere, maybe lighten them up, blue them up a bit, and push them back. Okay, so I think I'm finished. I don't know, I didn't film the very end of that because I'm in a secluded area here, but for some reason I just started getting a lot of company. But anyway, so as usual, we'll go back and take a look and see how it came out. Okay, so here's the finished product, or more or less finished. I'll probably do a few touch-ups, just kind of clean it up a bit and sign it. But what I was attracted to in this scene was the light on these rocks here, and also the way the waves kind of entered this cove in a radial sort of fashion. Thought that was kind of cool. After I did the block in, it just sort of seemed heavy to the left-hand side here. These rocks initially were much taller and much bigger and kind of blocked the horizon. So I felt that they were, I just didn't like the feel of that. So I wiped out the top and kind of, you know, reduced the size of the rocks, and that opened up the horizon there. I like that much better. Also, these rocks were every bit as dark as these rocks in the foreground. So I, you know, cooled them down and lightened them up to push them, you know, to create a sense of depth, so that they didn't seem so close. And then I kind of experimented, you know, with this wave here, where I put the wave. Initially it was lower, but I felt like I would put it on a third because, you know, using rule of thirds, placing, you know, points of interest on those thirds, I felt like having this wave on a third or close to it would be visually more interesting. So that's about it. I had a great time. Weather was great out there. That was unexpected. And that's a spot I'll definitely go back to. I was in the studio most of the week because it was raining, and I did another panorama, which I will show you now. So this is the bridge leading onto Lieutenant Island in Wellfleet, Massachusetts, on Cape Cod. And I grew up going to South Wellfleet every summer. We'd stay in cottages out by the ocean, and I always look forward to it. So definitely a special place for me. And I did go back a couple years ago to do some plein air painting, but this was done from a photograph. I'd like to go back and actually paint it in person on location. That would be cool. So who knows, maybe this fall I'll go back. But anyway, so that's it for this week's video. Thanks so much for watching. As usual, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.